To that, Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Hmm. Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
Let me just say this up front. I genuinely believe Nicole Murphy was still married at the time. Yes, still married. And I remember thinking, no way, this can't actually be happening. But then Lisa Raye's mother said something about old habits, and honestly, it made sense. Nicole's track record doesn't exactly scream loyalty. Now, normally, we wouldn't even bring up Lisa Raye McCoy in situations like this, but this story is just too messy to ignore. Lisa Raye has been boldly vocal about calling Nicole out for having an affair with her ex-husband, Michael Mizik. And here's the twist, Lisa Raye and Nicole weren't just passing acquaintances, they were excellent friends. Can you imagine? The betrayal hit harder because Nicole wasn't some random outsider, she was part of Lisa Raye's inner circle. And if that wasn't bad enough, rumors suggest Nicole didn't just cross the line, she did it right under Lisa Raye's nose. Word has it, the affair took place in Lisa Raye's own home. That's a level of disrespect that's almost unimaginable. Naturally, once Lisa Raye found out, she didn't hold back. She dragged Nicole's name through the mud, calling out her selfish, narcissistic behavior and tearing into her pattern of disregarding boundaries. As for Nicole, she hasn't exactly stepped up to take responsibility. There's been no apology, no acknowledgement of wrongdoing, nothing. Instead, she's brushed it all off like it's just another day in the life of Nicole Murphy. The audacity. It's as if she's made peace with being labeled a homewrecker, doubling down on behavior that's earned her the reputation of chasing after her friends' spouses. And let's be real, this isn't the first time Nicole's actions have raised eyebrows. After her split from Eddie Murphy, her name has repeatedly surfaced in stories involving broken friendships and questionable choices. It's almost like she's starring in her own drama series, except it's everyone else's lives she's wreaking havoc in. Now, some people believe there's more to Nicole's behavior than meets the eye. Remember that $10 million scam she got caught up in with her so-called friend Tony Stratos? She lost a fortune, and ever since, it seems like she's been trying to rebuild her life by any means necessary. Is financial desperation fueling her actions? Some think so, but does that justify wrecking homes and friendships along the way? Absolutely not. Lisa Raye, for her part, isn't letting this go. She's been outspoken about Nicole's betrayal, calling her out in interviews and on social media. And honestly, who can blame her? Betrayal by a friend is one thing, but betrayal by a friend in your own home? That's another level. So what do you think? Should Lisa Raye finally let the past be the past, or does Nicole deserve all the heat she's getting? And what about Nicole? Shouldn't she own up to her actions at some point? Let's discuss, because this tea is piping hot, and it doesn't seem to be cooling anytime soon. It came from her $15 million divorce settlement, which is nothing in comparison to what Eddie actually made during their marriage and the 5 children she pushed out for him, but enough about that. I imagine Nicole's life flashed before her eyes the moment she realized that all that money would never return and that child support would soon run out because those kids were turning 18 quickly and Nicole wanted to get back. Let's talk about Nicole Murphy, the woman who seems to thrive in the middle of drama. Now, let me start by saying no one's here to bash someone for relying on their looks or seeking financial stability. Live your life, do your thing. But there's a fine line between doing you and blatantly disrespecting friendships by chasing after men who are already spoken for, especially when those men are married to your friends. And that's precisely where Nicole went wrong. Nicole's reputation for stirring up controversy skyrocketed when she was caught cozying up to Antoine Fuqua. Here's the kicker, Antoine wasn't just some single guy on the market, he was very much married to actress Lila Raye. And Nicole? She wasn't shy about it. The infamous photos of her and Antoine locking lips while she lounged in a bikini in Italy went viral faster than you can say scandal. It was a PR disaster, not just for Antoine, but for Nicole too. Naturally, when the backlash began, Nicole tried to save face. At first, she claimed that she and Antoine were just family friends and that their kiss was a friendly gesture. Now, let's be real, no one greets their family friends like that. The public wasn't buying it, and the whole thing quickly became a hot topic of debate. Some even speculated that Nicole had orchestrated the entire scenario. Think about it, what are the odds that paparazzi just happened to stumble upon her and Antoine in a private Italian villa? Slim to none. The rumor mill churned out theories that Nicole had tipped off the photographers herself, hoping to be seen with Antoine. If that's true, it wasn't just a risky move, it was a calculated attempt to stir up drama. And boy, did it work. The internet exploded, with fans and critics alike dissecting every angle of the story. But Nicole's missteps didn't stop there. This wasn't her first brush with scandal. Lisa Raye McCoy had her own bone to pick with Nicole and wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Lisa Raye claimed that Nicole had pulled a similar stunt years earlier with her ex-husband, Michael Misick. And what made it worse? Nicole and Lisa Raye weren't strangers, they were friends? Betrayal like that cuts deep, and Lisa Raye made sure everyone knew about it. Lisa Raye wasn't subtle in her criticisms. She called Nicole out for her repeated patterns of disrespect and selfishness, urging her to act like the grown woman she claimed to be. According to Lisa Raye, Nicole's behavior wasn't just a mistake, it was a calculated move by someone looking for their next financial win. And honestly, can you blame Lisa Raye for speaking up? Nicole eventually issued an apology, reportedly under pressure from her ex, Eddie Murphy, who wasn't pleased with the negative attention. She called her actions poor judgment and expressed regret. But the sincerity of her words was questionable at best. For many, her apology felt more like damage control than genuine remorse. Behind the scenes, whispers of Nicole's financial struggles added another layer to the story. After losing millions in a scam involving her so-called friend Tony Stratos, Nicole's financial situation reportedly took a massive hit. Some speculated that her actions were driven by desperation, a way to secure her next meal ticket. Antoine, being a successful filmmaker, might have seemed like the perfect candidate. The fallout was messy for everyone involved. Lila Raye, Antoine's wife, briefly deactivated her social media accounts to escape the storm of public scrutiny. Meanwhile, Nicole faced relentless backlash, with many accusing her of being a habitual homewrecker. Her track record, stretching back to her split from Eddie Murphy, painted a picture of someone who seemed to prioritize personal gain over loyalty and respect. The situation with Lisa Raye added even more heat. Lisa Raye wasn't just upset about the affair, she was frustrated about the betrayal of friendship. She reminded everyone that Nicole's actions didn't exist in a vacuum, they affected real people, real families, and real friendships. And the internet rallied behind Lisa Raye, praising her for holding Nicole accountable. At the core of all this drama is a pattern of behavior that Nicole seems unwilling or unable to break. Whether it's out of desperation, entitlement, or sheer recklessness, her actions have left a trail of broken trust and fractured relationships. And while some might argue that everyone makes mistakes, Nicole's repeated scandals suggest something deeper. So where does that leave us? Nicole's apology might have smoothed things over on the surface, but the damage to her reputation runs deep. People are sick of the excuses and the hollow justifications. Whether or not she learns from her mistakes is anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure, her name will always be associated with controversy unless she makes some serious changes. As for Lisa Raye, she's been clear about her stance: accountability matters. And she's not alone in thinking that. This drama has sparked a larger conversation about loyalty, boundaries, and the consequences of betrayal. So what do you think? Should Nicole be given a chance to redeem herself, or is it time for her to face the music? Let's discuss, because this tea is far from cold and everyone has an opinion on it. No, all right, and no, she does turn up. Nicole is not me, correct? Unwind, and we had a nice talk because she told me, you know what, we're two attractive older women in the business. I hate this, and I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. You know we shouldn't be in that position, right? So here's the tea. Nicole and Michael McKeesick were super close enough that Nicole even attended his wedding to Lisa Raye. Now, rumors have been swirling that Nicole had an affair with Michael while he was still married to Lisa. Of course, Nicole denies it all, but Lisa isn't backing down. She's standing firm, saying Nicole absolutely messed around with her ex-husband. Even Lisa's little sister chimed in, backing up her story. And honestly, if true, that's a messy move. Think about it, how does someone cross that line and then try to apologize with a straight face? Nicole says she didn't know Lisa was married. Really? We all knew Lisa was married. And okay, it's been 20 years, but loyalty is loyalty. You don't do that to a friend. Reports say Nicole and Lisa have been in the same circle for years, so this whole thing just feels shady. Then Lisa took it to social media. She called out Nicole directly, saying, "Girl, you went after my husband while I was the first lady of Turks and Caicos." Shaking my head, wrong again. Lisa hasn't changed her story once. In fact, she's doubled down, saying Nicole was at her bachelorette party, at her house and part of her life, yet still went behind her back. Lisa even said her mom warned her back then. Watch that one. Moms know, right? Here's where it gets wilder. Lisa claims she found out Nicole had been on her private plane. Yes, her private plane. Lisa checked the manifest and saw Nicole's name, someone she never invited. Nicole was supposedly dating Michael Strahan at the time, so Lisa called him up, shared proof, and let's just say things got awkward. Apparently, there was even video evidence of Nicole and Michael at the airport together, but Lisa decided to keep the details private. For Lisa, this wasn't just betrayal, it was an ass-whooping offense, as she put it. And honestly, coming from the south side of Chicago, Lisa doesn't play when it comes to loyalty. Fast forward to now, and Nicole isn't about to apologize. She's reportedly upset that Lisa keeps bringing this up after all these years, saying it's damaging her reputation. Nicole even hinted that Michael had affairs with other women in their circle, but for some reason, Lisa has a special grudge against her. Could it be the social media drama fueling the fire? Nicole insists she never broke up Lisa's marriage, and Lisa's ex-husband himself reportedly said the rumors weren't true. But Lisa's stance hasn't wavered, claiming Nicole crossed the line. Meanwhile, Nicole has her own struggles grieving the loss of her partner Warren Braw to cancer. She's made it clear she doesn't have time for Lisa's drama and thinks Lisa should focus on the man who broke his promises instead of blaming her. Nicole, the ex-husband of Tisha Campbell, Michael got with her because he wanted a gorgeous, successful Hollywood star on his arm who could give him all the connections he wanted, but Lisa Raye left him when it wasn't working out. Lisa Raye married that man because she wanted the money and comfort of being the first lady of Turks and Caicos. Nicole has had enough of Lisa Raye. Nicole Murphy reignited social media chatter after Lisa Raye McCoy's viral interview resurfaced, where Lisa accused her of being a key factor in the breakdown of her marriage to former husband Michael Murphy. In a fiery response that set the internet ablaze, Nicole posted a cryptic yet clearly targeted message on her social media that read, "I don't hang around jealous bees because that's a weak sickness. If you're broken in my business, shut up. I invest in my physique because I look good and I like to F him when the sun comes up. There's money on my table, take a seat if you can afford the ticket to pay my legal bills." Though Nicole refrained from explicitly naming anyone, her post left little room for ambiguity. It was a clear clapback at Lisa Raye, and the timing was unmistakable. Fans and critics alike quickly connected the dots, interpreting Nicole's bold words as a response to Lisa's claims about betrayal and friendship gone wrong. The comment section of Nicole's post lit up as reactions ranged from applause to outright condemnation. One user remarked, "When you're winning, you don't have to say a word, just flex," but others weren't nearly as forgiving. Many criticized Nicole for stirring the pot, with one person bluntly stating Nicole should have never been an issue in Lisa's marriage, but she put herself there. People are still shaming her for betraying a friend. Nicole Murphy's beauty has long been admired, but in this instance it seemed to serve as a double-edged sword. One commenter put it plainly, "It's low to have an affair with your friend's husband." Nicole's beauty doesn't excuse her behavior, it just makes her actions more devious. This isn't the first time Nicole has found herself at the center of controversy, particularly when it comes to crossing boundaries in relationships. Her involvement with Lisa Raye's ex-husband Michael Murphy remains one of the most talked about scandals in Hollywood circles. The betrayal stung even more because Nicole and Lisa Raye weren't strangers, they were friends. Lisa Raye hasn't been shy about calling out Nicole's behavior over the years. In interviews, she's openly criticized her for being selfish, narcissistic, and completely unapologetic. Lisa Raye sees the affair as a breach of trust and a callous disregard for friendship boundaries. Meanwhile, Nicole has mostly brushed off the accusations, choosing instead to double down on her unapologetic attitude. Her social media post is a prime example of this, as it exudes confidence while simultaneously dismissing her critics. For some, this defiant attitude only adds fuel to the fire. The Lisa Raye Nicole saga isn't an isolated incident in Nicole's controversial history. She also faced backlash for her highly publicized kiss with Antoine Fuqua, the married husband of actress Lela Rochon. The photos of Nicole and Antoine locked in an intimate embrace during a getaway in Italy sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Nicole's initial excuse? They were family friends sharing a friendly greeting. That excuse didn't fly with the public, and Nicole eventually issued a lukewarm apology, claiming it was a moment of poor judgment. Many suspected the apology wasn't genuine, but rather a calculated move to quiet the backlash. In fact, some even speculated that Nicole orchestrated the entire incident, tipping off paparazzi to ensure she was photographed with Antoine. The pattern of controversy has led to a growing chorus of critics who believe Nicole thrives on attention, good or bad. While some admire her confidence and beauty, others see her as a habitual boundary crosser who prioritizes personal gain over loyalty and respect. Lisa Raye has made it clear she won't let Nicole off the hook easily. In her viral interview, Lisa didn't hold back, stating that Nicole's actions were not only disrespectful but indicative of deeper issues. "If you're a grown woman, act like one," Lisa Raye said, adding that Nicole should have addressed the situation head-on instead of brushing it aside. Nicole's cryptic post also touched on her financial struggles, albeit indirectly. The line about needing a ticket to sit at her table and pay her legal bills hints at the financial pressures she's faced in recent years. After losing a reported $10 million in a scam involving her former friend Tony Stratos, Nicole has been working to rebuild her finances. Some speculate that these financial hardships may be driving her actions as she looks for new opportunities to secure her future. But financial woes don't excuse betrayal, at least not in the eyes of the public. Nicole's actions have left a lasting stain on her reputation, with many viewing her as someone who repeatedly disregards the importance of loyalty and friendship. So where does this leave Nicole? Her unapologetic stance and glamorous lifestyle might keep her in the headlines, but they also keep her under scrutiny. Fans are divided. Some admire her resilience and ability to brush off negativity, while others feel she's crossed too many lines to deserve a pass. As for Lisa Raye, she continues to be a vocal advocate for accountability. For her, the issue isn't just about her personal experience, it's about setting a standard for how women should treat one another. Her public feud with Nicole has sparked broader conversations about loyalty, friendship, and the consequences of betrayal. In the end, the saga between Nicole and Lisa Raye serves as a reminder of the complexities of human relationships. Betrayal cuts deep, especially when it comes from someone you once called a friend. And while Nicole may continue to live her life unapologetically, the shadow of her past actions lingers. So, what's your take? Should Nicole be given the benefit of the doubt, or is it time for her to take accountability for her actions? Let's discuss, because this story has all the makings of a drama that won't be forgotten anytime soon. The question remains, should Lisa Raye let this go, or does she have every right to keep talking about it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. And honestly, Nicole's messy history has people scratching their heads. How could someone who stayed in a marriage with Eddie Murphy after being cheated on turn around and betray her own friends like this? It's as if she values looking attractive and staying seductive more than the friendship she's wrecked. What do you think? Should Nicole and Lisa finally call it quits on this years-long feud? Or is there more to the story? Let's talk about it.